I'll just complete the last part of the chapter that we have to do, that is the nitrogen cycle. Okay. The nitrogen cycle is what I am going to deal with now for you all. That is also a very simple topic, there is nothing much for you all to understand, just you need to know how it is happening there. Okay. All this process goes on in nature there. All right. Nitrogen forms, as I told you earlier, the nitrogen forms about 78% of the atmosphere, 78% of the atmosphere. 21% of it was oxygen. Yes, this is nitrogen, this is oxygen. 78 is 99 and 1% is that we have for all the other gases which are found in the atmosphere there, children. Okay. Now, I go for the definition of what is the nitrogen cycle. Yes. So, from the earlier two parts, that is oxygen, when we learned about oxygen and carbon dioxide, then what can you tell me for the definition for nitrogen cycle there? So, it is what again? The circulation and recycling of nitrogen. The circulation and recycling of nitrogen, okay, of nitrogen gas, of nitrogen gas, in the into the form of different compounds, into the form of different compounds through various abiotic and biotic factors is called as what? Is called as the nitrogen cycle, is called as nitrogen cycle. Okay. Now, how will you define? Again the question comes to you, my dear children, how will you define the nitrogen cycle, or what is the nitrogen cycle? It is nothing but the circulation and recycling of nitrogen gas into the forms of different compounds through various abiotic and biotic factors in nature is called as the nitrogen cycle. Okay. Now, please learn these definitions by heart, and this can actually come as a definition, or if the question is asked, explain the nitrogen cycle, you need to give me the answer, the entire answer for this. Okay. So, please be prepared, go through your textbooks, learn the spellings from your textbooks there, because these are all very important things that you need to know. Now, I proceed further with the nitrogen cycle there. What I need to tell you over here is all organisms participate in the nitrogen cycle. All organisms, they participate in the nitrogen cycle. I repeat, all organisms, they participate in the nitrogen cycle, and it is an important component of proteins and nucleic acid. Nitrogen, you all have learned, when you all were studying heredity and variation, in that topic it has come up there that nitrogen and all is important there. All organisms participate in the nitrogen cycle, and it is an important component of proteins and nucleic acids over there. Okay. Now, nitrogen is necessary for the maintenance of the cycle of nature. Nitrogen all organisms participate all organisms participate in the nitrogen cycle. Why? What is the reason for that? Because it is said that it is an important component. Why? Because it is an important component. It is an important component of proteins and nucleic acid. It is an important component of proteins and nucleic acids there, all right. Okay. Now, I am telling you nitrogen is very much important for the maintenance of the cycle in nature, very important component of nature. Very important component of nature. Clear? Okay, just remember all these important points there what I have told you, all right. Let us see what is it. Now, in the lower classes we have learned that some microbes help in the fixation of nitrogen. You have learnt it, I am sure you all have learnt it there, you all know also or some part names also over there. It is nothing but Anabaena nostoc, that is the blue-green algae, and Azotobacter or Clostridium, which is present in the soil bacteria, or even if not, if I just tell you root nodules, if I take this term also, it might click you that root nodules contain what? Nitrogen there, okay, which help in the fixation of nitrogen in the atmosphere. Especially, I will name the plant, the methi there that you have. If you see when you pluck a methi plant, and if you happen to see, you can see some nodular structures present on the roots. Even if you uproot a groundnut plant or something, also you can see the nodules there. These nodules help in the fixation of nitrogen in the soil, all right. Okay. Now, we move on. Now, we move on with the next topic, that is the important processes of the nitrogen cycle. The important processes let us see which are the important processes of the nitrogen cycle. For me, for major important processes which are involved in the nitrogen cycle are, first is nitrogen fixation. The first one is nitrogen fixation. I just told you in short there what is it, or where you are able to see these nodules. I just gave you an example so that you remember. Okay. Nitrogen fixation, yes, it is nothing but the conversion of nitrogen from compounds. It is nothing but conversion, yes, conversion, all right, conversion of nitrogen, into compounds that is nitrates and nitrites, into compounds of nitrates and nitrites through atmosphere. Through atmospheric, industrial and even the biological processes, into nitrites through atmospheric, industrial and biological processes. Okay, it is the yes, nitrogen fixation is nothing but the conversion of nitrogen into compounds of compounds, that is nitrates and nitrites, through the atmospheric, industrial and biological processes there. Second we need to know, the second process that I need to tell you is about is nothing but ammonification. Second one is ammonification, ammonia, ammonification. Yes, ammonification, that is release of what we have to see. Ammonification is nothing but release of ammonia through. Now, release of ammonia, how does it happen? It happens through the decomposition of dead bodies, okay, of organisms, and also through the excretory products or excretory waste of the organism. Okay, ammonification is what I told you children, is nothing but release of ammonia, release of ammonia, release of ammonia through decomposition, through decomposition of dead bodies, of organisms, that is when live plants or animals die through the organisms, and excretory wastes. All right, excretory wastes of organism, excretory wastes of organisms. So, what is the second process, important process in the nitrogen cycle is ammonification, whereas release of ammonia is happening when plants or organisms, when dead bodies decompose, and also excretory waste in the form of urine or fecal matter from organisms. This is the waste that you see in animal organisms there. Yes, it forms what? Nothing but ammonia. What is ammonia? NH4. All right, NH4 ammonia, that is ammonia. Now, we move on to the next process, that is a third step, which is the important process in the nitrogen cycle. That is nitrification. Third step is nitrification. Okay. Nitrification, what is this? Let us see what is nitrification. Nitrification is nothing but conversion of ammonia into nitrites, into nitrite and then into nitrate. Okay, conversion of ammonia into nitrite, that is NO2, and then nitrate, that is it clear? Okay, and last step is nothing but, so what is, how will you define nitrification? Nitrification is nothing but the conversion of ammonia into nitrite and then into nitrate. And the last one that I need to tell you all, that is the important process of the nitrogen cycle, is that of denitrification. Denitrification, what is it? That is conversion of nitrogen compound into the gaseous nitrogen, which goes back into the atmosphere. That is conversion of nitrogen compound conversion of nitrogen compound into gaseous nitrogen, Okay. Now, that's what I have to tell you. Now, again I tell you which are the 4 important processes in the nitrogen cycle. First one I erased it, I am sorry, I just write it down. The first step is nitrogen fixation. Yes, the first step was nitrogen fixation and the second one was ammonification. Third one was nitrification and fourth one was denitrification. I hope you have understood what I wanted to convey through this lesson. Now, before I move on to this lesson, children, I just want you all to, if you all have your textbooks with you all, I would just like to explain one small thing over here. Which I think I did not tell you all. I just go back to the oxygen cycle. When I am talking about the oxygen cycle, I just want to explain that one part over there, children. Oxygen cycle. Yes, now you know that the oxygen, the ultimate source of energy on the earth is the sun. Am I right? The ultimate source of energy on the is the sun. Okay. Now, this is absorbed by what? Yes, this is absorbed by the plants. Yes, that is they absorb the sunlight. All right. Plants produce oxygen. Right, the plants, they produce oxygen. Yes, and what happens next is if I go there, animals breathe in this oxygen. Animals, they breathe in this oxygen. Am I right? Animals, they breathe in this oxygen. All right. Hence, what is happening over there when they are breathing in oxygen? What is happening? There is breakdown of sugar molecules happening by the animals. What is happening? Breakdown of sugar molecules is taking place in the body of the animals there. That is, when there is a breakdown of sugar happening, what is being given out? Oxygen which we inhale. The oxygen, the pure air that is what we are taking is used by the cells for the production of energy in that body. Energy is given is obtained from glucose, as I had told that point earlier there when I had written the equation for you all there. Yes, is used up, and hence what is happening? What if for the various metabolic activities to be carried out, this glucose or this sugar is being used up in our body, and after the use, what is happening? The impure air or the air is exhaled in the form of carbon dioxide. Okay, and this carbon dioxide is again what is happening to this? It is going back into the atmosphere. Yes, again the plants absorb this carbon dioxide and produce food material. All right. Now, I told you animals breathe in oxygen, and what do they give out? They give out carbon dioxide. Okay, they give out carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is again used by whom? It is used again by the plants to prepare their own food material there. Am I correct? So, is this a cyclical process that is going on in the atmosphere? If you see the answer is yes. All right. Okay. Now, I have one more thing to tell you all children, that is, if you look into the picture given on for the carbon cycle also, I will just explain the diagrammatic representation also which is there for the carbon cycle children. The carbon cycle which is present, you have, if you see, the ultimate source of energy again is the sun. The ultimate source of energy is again the sun. This is being absorbed by the plants, yes, for preparing the food, yes, the animals use. There is respiration happening over there. plants use the carbon dioxide for preparation of food, respiration is there, they give out carbon dioxide, then again it goes back, then there is release of carbon dioxide from various factories, fossil fuels when we burn, all those things, this is all related to one another. There is a cycle being maintained always, and that is how it goes into the atmosphere, and the entire thing is maintained over there. And I have also explained to you the major equation, that is the major process in the life carbon cycle, or main process in the carbon cycle. What was that? That is carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon dioxide plus water, when it comes in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, what is happening? The energy is being produced, that is glucose, C6H12O6 plus water that is being released, and CO2 that is being released in the atmosphere over there. And same way in the cells, what is the glucose, what is being stored in the body is being used up, yes, by the mitochondria, that is C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives what? Nothing but mitochondria, which is used up, and after the usage what is being released? Say carbon dioxide is being released into the atmosphere along with water and energy that is being produced. Okay. Now, I would like you to just go through the topic, that is types of biogeochemical cycles. Which were the two types of biogeochemical cycles that we learnt about, children? The two types of biogeochemical cycles that we learnt was, first one was the gaseous cycle and the second one was the sedimentary cycle. The first type of biogeochemical cycle was the gaseous cycle and the second one was the sedimentary cycle, all right. So, what is the difference between, how will you differentiate between the two? How will you differentiate between the two? So, I will just go back to them, just revising the lesson once again overall, that is an accumulation of main abiotic gaseous nutrient material is found in the Earth's atmosphere. An accumulation of the main abiotic gaseous nutrient material is found in the Earth's atmosphere. And what does the gaseous cycle include? It includes nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. I repeat the 2 points once again. What is gaseous cycle? It is nothing but an accumulation of the main abiotic factors, abiotic gaseous nutrients. It is nothing but an accumulation of main abiotic gaseous nutrients materials found in the Earth's atmosphere. And what are the examples, or what does it include? What does the gaseous cycle include? It includes nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. And when I go to the sedimentary cycle, what is it? How will you define that, or what are the things that you observe over there? An accumulation of the main abiotic factors or nutrient materials is found in the soil. An accumulation of the main abiotic nutrient material is found in the soil, that is the sediment and the sedimentary rock, etc. of the earth. I repeat once again, an accumulation of the main abiotic nutrient is found in the soil, sediment and sedimentary rocks, etc. of the Earth's atmosphere. It includes soil components like iron, calcium and phosphorus, which are all necessary for the growth of the different thing. All right. Now, children, I would just want to know one thing, which are the different trophic levels that I had explained to you, or which were the different trophic levels and what did you observe over there? Can anybody tell me what it is? The different trophic levels were, the first one was obviously the producers, which form the bottom of the ecosystem there, and producers were nothing but plants. Yes, these plants were eaten up by whom? They were eaten by the herbivores. Then from the herbivores we went on to the next, that is the next level, that is the carnivores, and from the carnivores we went on to the omnivores, and from omnivores we had the mixed consumers also. Okay. So, the first trophic level was the first bottom line was of the producers, the first trophic level is the herbivores, the second carnivores, omnivores, and you, if you see, it was tapering. Okay, the energy pyramid was tapering towards the top over there. All right. I hope you have understood the lesson. We have come to the end of the lesson, dear children. I hope you all will, if you have any problems, please, we will surely discuss with all of this in the next part. All right. Thank you for listening to me. Please go through your work. Assignments will be given to you. You need to complete those assignments and hand it over back to your teachers there. Thank you.